Someone who I trusted came to me and introduced me to a drug called methamphetamine, and I tried it once and I was addicted from that point on.
You know something's wrong, but you haven't dealt with it. You know something's up, but you won't address it. Some people call it intuition, but the truth of the matter is, it's God trying to reach across and say to you, brother, you don't have to struggle. Sis, you don't have to struggle anymore.
Take us through a background, how were you raised? Where was the struggles? And then bring it up today.
Yeah, so I was raised in Hampton, Virginia. I was raised by both of my parents were in the household. I went to a Baptist church, but really never learned anything. Growing up, I, had a really good relationship with my parents, and, my childhood was really, really good. When I turned 18, sadly, life looked different. I had a son, got into another relationship that was really, really great. At the time, I thought we were going to get married and it was just going to be beautiful, but it didn't turn out that way. There was a lot of things that happened that really hurt me, and I just wanted the pain to go away. And I didn't know how to take it away. I didn't know that God was the answer at that time. Someone who I trusted came to me and introduced me to a drug called methamphetamine, and I tried it once and I was addicted from that point on, and then lived a drug addict lifestyle on and off for 12 years. It was a cycle of things were good when I was using, but as soon as the drugs wore off, then I was faced with who I was in the mirror. And it was so painful to look at myself and not know who I was.
When was the first point that you noticed this, deeper inner pain? How did you navigate that, that missing piece?
When women get in a relationship and it was infidelity that went on, to experience that at such a young age, that was where the deepest pain came in. It was at that time that I had to kind of navigate it on my own, and I just wasn't ready to use the word of God. I wasn't ready to really dive into that lifestyle. So these are like the tangible answers that I had, was either I be around people who I thought made me feel good, or I do drugs that I thought made me feel good. But I slowly realized that it was just bringing me down, 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 down.
So then what was the breaking point?
So I had 3 boys. They were definitely what I held on to, but I had a very rough relationship with them. So I wasn't always a present mother. I was there, but I wasn't really there. There was a lot of times where I just chose to go hang out with friends instead of go be with my kids. That happened for a while. And then my youngest son looked at me and gave me this look as to, Mom, where are you going? Where are you going? Why aren't you staying here? Why won't you be with us? And that was the moment where I just really either you are gonna make a change or your kids are gonna grow up and receive the trauma from the mistakes that you made. But you have time to change it. But it took me a long time. I was still coming to church in the midst of my addiction. And it's important for me to talk about that because I felt that the only reason I made it to the next week, survived, the only reason I'm not dead or in jail is because I came to church on Sunday. You have to take the first step, and God will meet you right where you are when you make that first step. That's the hardest part, though, is making the first step. And I was able to just make one small decision after one small decision that led me into the right direction. My name is Keanna Curry, and this is how I found my missing piece.